All right, good morning. Today is Wednesday. Margot picked this trail. Again, it's really hot up here in New Hampshire, so we're kind of staying in some of the lower elevations. A little bit of a Halloween walk. That being said, we are going to Frankenstein Cliffs, Frankenstein Trail. And then from there, we are going to Arethusa Falls, I believe it's called. It's about a 4.5-5 mile round trip. It's kind of a loop. It'll put us back in the parking lot, but it's right off of Route 302 in Crawford Notch. So I'll show you some sights along the path, and I'm just here following Margot. This is absolutely beautiful. Stepped inside the creek here, and it is probably 20 degrees cooler walking up this creek. Beautiful location. All right, change of plans. We've actually decided to stay here right at this Bemis Brook fall, so we're going to take a little swim. We're going to kind of sit here and wade and get this this waterfall bath, if you will. All right, so we're back. We're climbing up the Brook Trail alongside the falls here. Actually, the first place we stopped was called Coliseum Falls. This one is actually the Brook Falls, or the Brook Basin, I believe. So I'm going to show you this picture. All right, now because water all flows downhill, we have to get back on the main trail. And I'm not quite sure if you'll get a perspective on this, but that's what we have to go up now. So that's about a 200-foot climb straight up. A little bit technical, but we'll just take one step at a time. Alright, looks like Margot's doing a champ's job. My turn. So I'm not quite sure how smart this is, but I'm going to try and film this while I climb it. I'm going to put these trekking poles away, and looks like it's a little bit of hand over hand. I think at this point I'm going to put this away so I don't fall and kill myself. So I think we're paying for that nice little railroad walk we did yesterday, because this little trip up to Arethusa on the Arethusa Trail, I think I'm saying that right, has been tough. We're on the main trail now, but we took a little side trail down to the falls there where we showed you previously. Getting out of that was about a 400-foot climb straight up. So now we're on the main trail again, and it's still a steady climb, but hopefully we'll get up here to the falls pretty soon and be able to show you some sights. All right, so had the chance to go back and look at some of the video from the past few days, and things I've learned already. One is you guys don't want to see my chin, so I can't be holding the camera down here. So I need to bring the camera up here to talk to you. Another thing, a lot of ums and ahs. So I will do my best to try and cut those out. You know, those little nervous tics. I shouldn't have those, obviously, being a teacher. I don't have those when I'm teaching because I'm talking content. But out here, sometimes your thoughts are running a little faster as you try to scramble over these rocks and you try to buy a little time between your next thought and not trying to kill yourself tripping. So, I'm not sure when I'll get a chance to edit. Still haven't quite figured out how to place pictures and music and things of that nature and be able to crop. But I was able to transfer everything from the camera to my phone. I'm not quite sure how to export it at this point. So as soon as I get some Wi-Fi, I will begin to work on that and hopefully upload it to the channel so that everyone can take part in our hike. Right now we're walking through a very dense forest. Sun's peeking through a little bit here and there. It's a nice leisurely walk though at this point. Kind of leveled out. Except for the mud here. Kind of show you kind of what we're dealing with a little bit. But step on the rocks, you won't fall. So, all right, there's Margot ahead of us, and we'll get back with you in a minute. All right, so we are on our way down from Arethusa Falls. Gigantic falls. I don't know if you ever see it on the video, but it was beautiful. We were able to get a few selfies and kind of relax there for a little bit and kind of take it in. It was very busy. There were several people there on a hot day like this. That's not surprising. But we enjoyed the hike up. Total about 2,000 feet in elevation, and I think we started off at about I'm not quite sure what we started off at the parking lot. We took a side trail on the way up, and the first actually was a small waterfall that we stopped at was actually named Coliseum Falls. And that was a little bit more intimate, a little bit more personal. No one was there. Actually, that was a much more relaxing place to just kind of cool off. We put our feet in and kind of rejuvenated ourselves here on this hot day. We proceeded on up the Basin Trail and didn't realize that when we got up to the Basin Falls, that when we turned around, it was straight up. And again, I think it was like a 300-foot climb. Pretty much I had to put away the trekking poles, and I went back and looked at the map. When the cartographers start putting those maps or those lines close together, you know that it's close, you know that it's going to go straight up. So we pretty much went straight up that ravine. All right, sorry about that. We had a little bit of an interruption on trail. So anyway, yeah, coming up that Basin ravine, when the cartographers put those lines close together, that means you better put the trekking poles away because you're going to be climbing. And it was a good, it wasn't too bad. It was manageable. Got us winded, but that made us look forward to the next falls that we came to. The remainder of the trail proceeded again for about another, I would say about another 3/4 of a mile up to the upper falls that you saw, our last one there. And again, very, very, very nice trail. So I think an out and back is going to be somewhere maybe around a little bit under 4 miles on this very hot day in New Hampshire. But hopefully you were able to see some good sights. The trail going down is obviously a little bit different because now your knees start to hurt. You get a little winded on the way up, but on the way down your knees start to hurt. But I think we should be in the parking lot here in about less than an hour, and then we'll see what our next adventure is. So thanks for walking with us, and hope you stay around for our next adventure. Take care. All right, so it looks like we've made it down to the parking lot. You can begin to tell that sometimes when you get on trail, things get jumbled up in your head. That was called the Bemis Brook Trail. And again, that's not part of the main trail, but we wanted to go down and see a couple of the little falls, and I already described and showed you some of those. Nice trail, except again for that climb. But overall, this is a wonderful, wonderful trail to spend 3 hours on. I think we were on it about 3.5 hours. And I think we got up to an elevation, again, of about 2,000 feet. Not too hard, but it did get your blood going, get your heart pumping a little bit. And didn't see any wildlife, really. But, you know, the reward was the nice cold water on such a hot day. All right, so back to the parking lot, and Margot and I are going to talk about what we want to do the remainder of the night. I think we may go catch a movie, sit in some air-conditioned theater, and I think there's a couple movies she might want to see, and that will be our reward for such a long, arduous day of hiking. So take care, and hope to see you tomorrow for our next journey. We have a couple more days here in New Hampshire, and we're trying to figure out what big trail we're going to do. Tomorrow there's supposed to be thunderstorms, so we may be kind of limited on some of our hiking options.